Hello and welcome to my channel. Today is June 17th, a day that's going to be known as Juneteenth, the new racist holiday signed into law. So it's a new federal holiday. For all of you people out there not knowing what Juneteenth is, I am here to tell you. And in case you already do know, props to you. And hopefully something good could come out of this because I don't think living in the past is going to solve anything. Do you understand that this is more or less, or was a Texas holiday celebrated by lots of black Texans? And I don't think we need a holiday to celebrate that on a national level. That's just my opinion, but let's go ahead and figure out what is Juneteenth. Juneteenth commemorates the effective end of slavery in the United States. Juneteenth, short for June 19th, marks the day when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas in 1865 to take control of the state and ensure that all enslaved people be free. The troops arrived came a full 2 years and a half, actually 2.5 years after signing the Emancipation Proclamation. Juneteenth honors the end of slavery in the United States and is considered the longest running African American holiday. On June 17th, 2021, it is officially becoming a federal holiday. The Confederate General Robert E. Lee had surrendered at Appomattox Courthouse 2 months earlier in Virginia, but slavery had remained relatively unaffected in Texas until the U.S. General Gordon Granger stood on Texas soil and read the General Order Number 3. The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with the proclamation of the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. The Emancipation Proclamation issued by President Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863, has established that all enslaved people in the Confederate States in rebellion against the Union shall be thence henceforth and forever free. But in reality, the Emancipation Proclamation didn't instantly free the enslaved people. The proclamation only applied to places under the Confederate control and not to slave holding border states or rebel states under Union control. However, as Northern troops advanced into the Confederate States, many enslaved people fled behind Union lines. Juneteenth and slavery in Texas. In Texas, the slavery had continued as the state experienced no large scale fighting or significant presence of the Union troops. Many enslavers from outside the Lone Star State had moved there and was viewed it as safe haven for slavery. Keep in mind, Texas has never been the shining star it once was, or was as it is now. We do have our blemishes. I don't think any state out there is blemish free, but we must acknowledge the past, but live for the future, is my opinion. After the war came to a close in spring in 1865, General Granger's arrival in Galveston that June signaled the freedom for Texas. 250,000 enslaved people. Although the emancipation didn't happen overnight for everyone, in some cases, enslavers withheld the information until after the harvest season. Celebrations broke out among newly free black people, and Juneteenth was born. That December, slavery in America was formally abolished with the adoption of the 13th Amendment. The year following, 1865, freedmen in Texas organized in the first of what became the annual celebration of Jubilee Day on June 19th. In ensuing decades, Juneteenth commemorates featured music, barbecue, prayer, service, and other activities. And as black people migrated from Texas to other parts of the country, Juneteenth tradition spread. In 1976, Texas became the first state to make Juneteenth the official holiday. Several others followed suit over the years, In June 21st, Congress passed a resolution establishing Juneteenth as a national holiday, and President Biden signed it into law on June 17th, 21. So, yes, according to the History Channel, that is what Juneteenth. According to Wikipedia, Juneteenth officially Juneteenth, National Independence Day, also known as Jubilee, Liberation Day, and Emancipation Day, is a federal holiday in the United States celebrating the emancipation of African Americans who have been enslaved by or in the United States. It originated in Galveston, and it pretty much says what the um, History Channel says. I think it goes right here. Celebration first involved church centered communities gathering in Texas. It spread across the South and became a more commercialized in the 1920s and 1930s, often centering on food festivals. Participation of the Great Migration out of the South carried their celebrations to other parts of the country. During the civil rights movements in 1960, these celebrations were eclipsed by the struggling post war civil rights, but grew in popularity again in the 1970s, which focused on African American freedom and arts. As of 2021, North Dakota and South Dakota are the only states that do not recognize Juneteenth, according to the Congressional Research Service. Modern observance is primary in local celebrations. Traditions include public readings of the Emancipation Proclamation, signaling traditional songs as Swing Low, Sweet Charlotte, and Lift Voice and Sing. Other readings of works noted by African American writers, such as Ralph Ellison and Maya Angelou, celebrated included rodeos, street fairs, cookouts, family reunions, park parties, historical reenactments of the Miss Juneteenth contents. Juneteenth is also celebrated by the Macados, descendants of the black Seminoles who escaped from U.S. slavery in 1852 and settled in Cajola, Mexico. So that is what Juneteenth is in a nutshell. Now, I kind of knew what Juneteenth was. I thought it was just a day that had teen on it. I didn't realize it was the 19th. I don't know if these were written after the fact that the signing into law, because I don't see any edits. So I could be wrong or I could be remembering correctly. But I don't think celebrating the past or living in the past is going to ensure we have a brighter future. Now, I'm not saying we should just ignore the past or forget the past. I think we should acknowledge the past and move forward and live in the future. Leave a comment down below what your thoughts are. Smash the like and subscribe button. But most importantly, have yourself a wonderful day, morning, or evening.